Usually I start these live streams and I don't know whether I should say anything to start out because there's nobody here at first. It takes everybody a few minutes to get here. So today I thought I will make my coffee while I wait for everybody to show up. Let's see how this works. Hey Scott, how's it going? Trying to get my iPad set up here too. Hey Barbara. Would hello OD. I think I need new contact lenses because I'm having trouble seeing. Hey Nick, Douglas, Alicia, Mr. Ree, how's it going? And Barbara, are you interested in doing some work today? I don't want to assume, so I thought I'd ask you before. Hey Lisa and Marie, how's it going? I thought I'd ask you before I just made you a moderator. Jordan, how's it going? All right, let me see if I can do this. Okay. I think I set you there. Oh yeah, it just gave me a little notification there. Okay, good. I'm one of the weirdos that doesn't have Starlink or Wi-Fi or anything, so everything happens a little slowly for me. See, I think I've got my iPad set up. I'm making coffee right now. So normally I make a cup of coffee and I set it up and turn the live stream on, and then I don't know what to do while I'm waiting for everybody to show up. So today I thought I'm going to make coffee first, coffee set up first, and then start making coffee first, and then start the live stream, and then I can work on making the coffee as everybody rolls in. Hey Amir, how's it going, man? Share Bear, how's it going? Darla? It's a lot of people already. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody because I've been fooling around with other things. I'm doing a little bit of work today, but not a whole lot. I can't tell what that emoji is there, Sean, but okay. Kate, how's it going? Truth Futurist, all right. How are you? And Carol, how's it going? I am using a new mic today so that I can use my phone. Hello, Rudy. I'm using a new mic today so that I can use my phone, and I'm hoping it sounds okay. I've got it clipped on here. You'll be able to see it better when I get into my lighting here when I move around a little bit. Yeah, Kate, I'm trying to do less lives, but I find that regular videos just don't get watched very much on holidays, and Monday is supposed to be an upload day for me, so it gave me a dilemma as to what to do with today. I didn't want to put up a video because they seem to kind of underperform, and then it affects the next few videos when a video doesn't get a lot of views. It's a whole technical thing with YouTube here. So that makes me not want to put up a regular video on holidays. Maybe that is a good explanation. Of course, I may have to explain this again later as more people come in and say, like, why didn't you put a regular video up today? But yeah, that's the reason. So I don't really care for the lives all that much. You know, they're fun once in a while. I just don't see the point in doing them all the time. I think that's the way I should put that, instead of just saying I don't like doing them. They are tiring on me because there's a lot to do. Thankfully, we've got Barbara here to help us today. Because another set of eyes and fingers and hands and all is a good thing. Hey, Oren and JR, how's it going? Now, if you get seasick or car sick, hold on a second. I'm going to move you around, so just be warned. I'm going to move you over here. I was going to set up over there on that side, but then I realized I wouldn't be able to sit back, and that's kind of a problem. So, so I set up over here, which is not the best place here, but this works, I guess. And I've got some coffee. Hey, Annette, how's it going? Rich, how's it going, man? I have a kind of fascination with Japan, and I've been watching a bunch of YouTube videos from Japan. And then all of a sudden, YouTube stopped suggesting YouTube videos from Japan. I don't know why that happened, so I'm going to have to go search out some more. But Japan seems like just a really cool country. Here, hopefully I don't make you seasick again. Moving things around a little bit. The lighting's not the best. This is the trouble with using your phone for this kind of thing, just over a cell signal. It's just not the best quality. But hopefully the sound is a little bit better today. JR, you went to Dutch Brothers. Okay, all right. I tried to set my iPad up here. Oh, I didn't get it in the right spot though. Let me try to move things around a little bit. The chat is hard for me to read most days just because it moves so quickly, but then it's also hard to see on my phone. So I thought if I get my iPad set up, then I can have the iPad over here right up high. Let's see, I'm going to have to move all kinds of things around here. Is that going to stay put? No, maybe. It's the troubles of being a mobile setup here. Okay, slightly better, I think. All right. Yeah, this is good. I'm glad I didn't set up over there, because then I wouldn't be able to lean backwards. Hey, ESP, how's it going? Hey, Patty. And Mary, Kevin, Montana. All right. Susan, how's it going? Did you get any bad weather, Susan, out there? Or is Tennessee far enough away from the hurricane that you missed it? Hey, Van Glow, how's it going? Is Seattle rainy today, Patty? Yeah, it's been rainy here. I think it's just, it's that season. It's Pacific Northwest. We have long rainy seasons, so it's starting. I'm actually happy about it. I've been waiting for the rain. I missed most of the rain this year because I've been staying in good weather, traveling in good weather, and so I've missed a lot of the rain. First sip of coffee here, if I can do it, if it's not too hot. Is the background a little darker? I can turn some lights up a little bit here, sort of. Actually, I can, uh-oh, that didn't work. Oh, thanks, Tika. Let's try this again. Okay, what else did I miss? Fortnum and Mason coffee. I've never heard of it. All the way from London, huh, Oren? Wow. Okay. Hello, Eve. I'm sure I've missed a few of you. I'm trying to catch up here. You know, Cher, I haven't seen a video on the gift wrapping. I think I'm familiar with what they do, but I'm not. I don't think I've seen any YouTube videos on it. Maybe that's one I should look up. I need to get it back in my YouTube feed. You know, when you search something on YouTube, then they give you suggestions for it, and you get lots of stuff to look at. And then you go searching for other things, and then it seems like some of the things that you kind of would like to get back to get dropped off and missed. And by the way, how's the audio? I'm not sure if it's going to be too loud or clipping or whatever. I did some testing, but I didn't test it over YouTube. I just tested it over my camera, well, my phone. So I'm not sure if it's clipping at all, like, you know, too high. If I should turn the gain down. Okay. Good. I'm going to go with good, Kimbers. Thank you. Hey, Ron, Bakersfield. You're probably still, what, over 100 degrees there? 110 probably. I don't miss that weather. You know what? I just don't miss that weather. Oh, good. Thank you, Jordan, Daria, or Darla, I'm sorry. I need to swap out these contact lenses. It would make reading much easier. And Eve, you say that, okay, Lisa, you also are agreeing. Okay, so we're going to leave it as is, and I'm not going to think about it anymore. Sometimes people complain a little bit, so I got a new microphone that I can wear. So it should make things a little bit better. And then now I don't have to worry about it anymore. Okay, thank you, Lenore. Gary, how's it going? Is it late or is it early in the UK? I'm not sure about times. 90 degrees in Indiana? You got to be kidding me. Hummingbirds. Yeah, hummingbirds are fun to watch. No, I didn't get rid of the gamer mic. I just can't use it on my phone. And I tried doing a live stream where I just used my iPad set up on my hotspot off my phone, and that didn't work very well at all. The nice thing was I was able to plug the gamer mic in to the iPad and use that, but it was just the quality was really poor. So not only were people complaining about the volume levels, they were complaining about just the overall picture quality. Not that the picture quality is going to be great here today, but it should be better than it is going off my hotspot. But yeah, also that mic has a problem, so it's probably not going to be around much longer. I think it's not good to keep those in areas that don't have good consistent heating and ventilation, or heating and air conditioning. So it's not aging well. It still works, it just doesn't work well anymore. Well, Kimbers, it hasn't been hot here in Humboldt, which is why I came back here and why I'm still here and why I may never leave, because it's just fantastic here. It's been kind of chilly. You might be able to tell I'm wearing my sweater. Hey, P. Diddy, Canada. All right. Is it hot in Ohio too? Huh. Yeah, Scott, we've got the good Pacific Northwest weather to keep us cool. Well, plus if you're near the ocean. I'm actually inland right now, uh, but I had to drive around today to find a decent signal. I was over near the ocean, right, maybe half a mile from the ocean this morning, and I didn't have good enough signal to live stream, so I had to drive about 8 or 10 miles away to get some signal. Oh well, you know. So I'm a little farther away from the oceans. It's a little warmer here than it is at the coast, but it's still pleasant now. And it's been breezy today, so that helps too. Hey, Living Simply, how's it going? Oh yeah, were you watching that, Barbara? That was cool. Chrome's been such a great guy. I popped in on one of Chrome's live streams. Usually I don't say anything. Usually I don't type anything, but I typed out something and he saw my name and gave me a little shout out, which was really cool. He's just been such a good friend uh, over the years. There's a thing I like to talk about Chrome because I know he's got some haters out there, but like of all the YouTubers that I know and that I have their phone numbers, Chrome is the only one. This is going to make everybody else sound bad, but I don't mean it that way. This is just to tell you what a nice guy Chrome is. Chrome is the only person that I could text, and he texts me right back. Some of the other YouTubers never text me back unless they want something. If they need something, they'll text me, but everybody's busy. And I mean, Chrome's the busiest of anybody that I know, and yet he'll text me right back. I just texted him maybe 2 weeks ago or last week, I forget now. But yeah, I mean, it was less than an hour. He texted me right back, and I thought, wow, that's kind of crazy. With as busy as he is, I don't ever expect to hear back from him at all, let alone quickly. Oh, okay, Scott. Yeah, that's a nice area, right? Has, well, Lisa, we're gonna be into the cooler weather soon, so yeah. I actually had to put my jacket on the other night. I went for a walk. I got I got a block away from the van. Of course, I was right near the water. I got a block away from the van and came back to the van, grabbed my jacket, which was funny. I thought, wow, I can't remember the last time I needed a jacket to walk around because it was like 8 o'clock. It was right before it got dark. Hey, Abba, how's it going? I don't know what that emoji is. Is that a wave hello or is that a turkey? It reminds me of that turkey that you draw when you're in kindergarten. I don't know what it is. It must be a wave or a hello thing. I'm not sure if I have that emoji on my phone. I mean, I have an iPhone, so it's not, there's a lot of things that are different. Ooh, plunge to 93. Yeah, Ren, I use a heater all the time. My heater's actually right here. I keep it wrapped up in the warmer weather when I don't need to use it. It's an Olympian Wave 3. I've got several videos on it. I really like it, and I use it a lot. I rely on it a lot. I don't do well in either cold or hot, so I try to be in cooler areas, and then that way I can just run the heater if I'm not comfortable, because I don't have a way to run air conditioning. So it's the easier way for me to go. But yeah, Olympian Wave 3 heaters are just amazing. Although the price of them has skyrocketed recently. The last couple of years, they've just gone crazy in price. Hey, Robert, how's it going? Boston, Mass. All right, I've been to Boston a couple of times. I remember I enjoyed it. We walked all over that city. I can't even remember what we did when we were there. It's been so long ago. That's got to be 25 years ago I was there. Hey, Van Helsing, how's it going, man? Well, that's good to know, ESP. I appreciate that. I don't mean to talk bad about people. I just think it's funny that Chrome is like the busiest person that I know, not just of YouTubers, it's just the busiest person that I know. He's always got so much going on. Does he have like 4 vans now or something? Um, so, you know, so it's just crazy when I'll send him a text and then I hear back from him. I don't think, well, I have two other friends that will text me right back, but that's about it. Everybody else that I know is just so busy. They don't have time to sit on their phone and text back. I think half of my friends have their phones on silent most of the time, so they go in occasionally or maybe once a day or something and check their messages and then get back to people. Doesn't it? See, it looks like a turkey hand. Hey, Chippy, how's it going? Yeah, I'm not exactly looking for, oh, is it a wave? Okay. All right. I guess it does have some little, yeah. Um, I'm not exactly looking forward to winter weather. I was just thinking as it's gotten cooler and we've had a lot of rain here lately, I thought, I feel like I missed summer. I haven't had a lot of beach days. And it's probably just because of my thinking of 40 years of in the desert when we had 6 months of summer. That's not a joke, actually. It was just 6 months of summer. Um, and then all the time I spent in San Diego that I've documented here on YouTube. Uh, I had a lot of summer days, a lot of summer days and a lot of days I spent out on the beach or just days where I was just dying of heat. And this year I feel like I haven't had hardly any heat at all. Had a few days in Seattle. The hottest weather I've had was in Seattle, which is just crazy. Had to come back to California to get away from the heat. A van called Spirit. Hey, how's it going? Hey, Graham. Oh, Thomas Kenny. How's it going, man? Ireland. Wow. Hey, Bernie. Oh, I missed what you said there. I'm actually missing a lot of stuff. If I miss something, just please type it again if it's important, and maybe I'll see it the second time around. I'm a little tired. I haven't been sleeping too much the last couple of nights. I've got a huge project going on, and so I've kind of been doing everything but sleep. Oh, Stumptown Ethiopian. I don't think I've tried Ethiopian from Stumptown. I need to try some of that. I'm not crazy about Stumptown, honestly, so they're just not really on my radar anymore. Oh, thank you, Van Helsing. That's very nice of you. I really appreciate that. And you don't have to do that. You're already a member, so, but thank you so much. But I will get some coffee. I'm actually drinking local coffee right now, and because I'm in Humboldt, I bought another bag of Humboldt's Finest from Humboldt Bay Coffee Roasters. I'm already a third of the way through the bag, though. The trouble with really good coffee that I really like is I just drink it constantly, quickly and constantly. Oh, Barbara, thank you so much. You're working, Barbara. You shouldn't do that. I should be paying you. I don't know how we would do that, though, but yeah, thank you, Barbara. I appreciate that. Charlie, I'm not going to Quartzsite. I think I'm gonna try to avoid the deserts completely this year. We'll see if that happens, but I'm doing everything I can to not go down to the desert anymore. Well, at least for this year. But we'll see. You know, when it gets cold, I may just run, either run east or run south. I don't know. I mean, you know, I should go see family in Southern California too, but we'll see about that. I like it up here in the Pacific Northwest a lot better. So I'm not too crazy about getting down to the desert anymore. Hey, Karen. Are you in Humboldt too, Karen? Did I know? I think I knew that. My brain is not so good. Okay, thank you, Barbara. I will get some coffee on you. I appreciate it. No, Graham, this is a bit of an imposter. It's on the edge of light to medium roast, so it just depends on your definition. I prefer a city roast. If you know the proper terminology, there are roast levels, and there's actually names for the roast levels. The next one up is full city roast, and I think this is actually full city roast. So I think technically it is still light roast, sort of, but it's kind of skewed a little bit toward medium. So it's good. I'm enjoying it. I do have to add a little bit of extra whipping cream to it. It's not like the other one I've got. It's behind me that is really dark, and I'm not enjoying that one quite so much. Oh, hey, Lee Willie, how's it going, man? Not for me, JR. That I don't indulge in. Oh, Rogue Wave, that's nice of you. Thank you so much. I got plenty of coffee donations here today, so thanks so much, everybody. I appreciate it. Hey, Robin, I'm doing good. Yeah, Humboldt's a county on the western northern side of California. We're one county between the border of California and Oregon. So the next county up would be the county that borders Oregon. We're the next county down, and right on the coast. Lee, you're texting me while I'm live. I'm guessing you're watching the live stream. I'm gonna leave my phone set put right now if you're watching. I'm using it for my iPad, so I don't dare touch it at the moment. So I'll respond to your text later. But now I'm gonna be the bad YouTuber that doesn't respond to text right away. See, I'm not like Chrome either. Oh, hey, Jeannie. How's it going? Buy some cheese. I just went and bought cheese last night, I think. I like those big blocks of Tillamook cheese, the 2-pound blocks of Tillamook. I always keep one full one in the bottom of my fridge. I keep my fridge so cold that the bottom few inches of it are actually frozen, even on the fridge side, are still slightly frozen. So I keep it down there, and then once I get through and need more of it, I chop it in half, put the one that I'm not using down at the bottom, and then that way it lasts a long time. And it's actually a good price of cheese. It's still premium cheese, but it's still a good price for cheese. I do buy a lot of cheese, though, Rogue Wave. Regina's here and I missed her. I'm sorry. Thanks for showing up, Regina. Hey, Lazarus. My day's winding down. I'm probably gonna go to bed early tonight, but thank you. Ooh, 94 in Wisconsin too. Wow. And Kim, how's it going? Tennessee. Nice. Yeah, you know, Danita, I was just talking about that recently on a recent video. It really doesn't work. When you mix light and dark, the dark just takes over the light and it just wipes it out. So I don't ever mix my coffee beans. Hey, Anthony, all the way from Australia. Awesome. I don't give out my number very much these days, you know. I just discovered Humboldt because I was driving through, is all. I mean, I've known about Humboldt just growing up in California. I've always heard about it. Funny thing about that, though, is I always thought Humboldt was a city in California. And then it wasn't until 2-3 years ago, I was driving through and I was looking at the map and realizing, hey, Orlando, I was realizing that Humboldt is a county in California, not a city. There is no city of Humboldt. So, you know, all my whole life, I just thought Humboldt was a city. No, it's a county. Big county too. Beautiful here. Absolutely beautiful here. I have a recent vlog, although a lot of people I'm sure have skipped it because it's almost an hour long, but it's on Moonstone Beach. And if you want to get a good sense of what Humboldt looks like, at least on the western half of it, that'll give you a good idea of what it looks like around here. I'll be getting up in the mountains here soon too, showing you a video of me getting up in the mountains here soon too. It's beautiful here. It's redwoods country, you know, the redwoods are all around. Oh, you're from the Philippines. Wow, cool, man. That's pretty awesome. Humboldt Fog Cheese. Is that the one? Is that the company from Arcata? I think I've seen that around, but isn't that goat cheese? I don't think I've tried it because it's a little premium for my liking. And then I thought it was all goat cheese, but I could be wrong. I could be thinking of another company because I know there's a bunch of them. I was just looking at some at one of the farmers markets here. Was that? Oh, that was Saturday. I stopped at a farmer's market. I actually bought some apples, some local apples. Cool apples I'd never heard of before. They're little tiny ones, but boy, they're really flavorful. They're all heirloom variety apples, so really cool. Hey, Gloria, how's it going? And Rory, how are you? Are you trying to get hired on with REI, Eunice? Seems like they'd be a good company. I worked really close to their warehouse near Seattle for a few years. That was always a hard warehouse to get into. One of the guys that I worked with, he wanted to work for that REI warehouse in the worst way, and he just said, you know what, I've been trying to get in there for years, and I just never been able to. It's hard to get in there. When they hire people, people don't really leave quite so much, and so he was just saying it's really hard to get a job in there, but apparently it's a good place to work. Is Jeffy Bear here? Somebody's mentioning Jeffy Bear. Hey, Jay Brat, you're in Buffalo. Good Lord. Good Lord. No offense. Oh, Lily, Fresno. It's another hot area. We've been talking about the heat. There's a lot of hot places. Oh, hey, Pangea Man. Yeah, you took off, dude. I hope you're doing all right. Your old homestead is a little nutty right now. I hardly ever go over there anymore because it's crazy, Pangea Man. Fights going on. It's just the Wild West over there. It's really sad to see. Anyway. Oh, up north of 60. How's it going, man? You need to upload more videos, buddy. I shouldn't say that. That's not nice of me. Up north of 60 has one of the most awesome YouTube video or channels you will ever find. Just really cool stuff if you don't know them. You really should take a minute and subscribe and then come back, because you just click on his little icon on his name and it'll take you straight to his channel. You can subscribe. Just super awesome YouTube channel. We met long time ago at an event in Vancouver, I think. That was really cool. Nice, just super people. I think I'm weird enough, Pangea Man. Oh, hey, Anthony. How's it going, man? Yeah, you like the cheese too? I don't moderate my cheese consumption, unfortunately. I actually just made a pizza today because I thought it would fill me up and then I wouldn't get famished sitting here. So I've had lots of cheese already today. Well, there's a lot of you from upstate New York. Crazy. It's 96 in Pueblo? Wow. I thought that always stayed a little bit cooler than that, but hey, Maggie, how's it going? I've always wanted to visit Wales. Probably will not get the chance to, but seems like a cool place. Oh, don't block him, JR. He's an awesome channel. Yeah, Randy, I got to get on that cookie chat. I actually totally forgot all about that. Yes, I do hope to get to some other states. I've been to some other places. It's been a while since I've branched out away from the West Coast of the US, but yeah, I mean, I've gotten around a little bit. Arizona was amazing. Don't know about being able to get back into Canada anymore. It's going to be a little difficult for me anymore just because of how things go. I might actually need a visa maybe to get into Canada at this point. So I don't know, it's not something I'm really considering too much right now, but it would really be cool if I would be able to. I'd like to get out to the island at some point, but you know, who knows how easy that's going to be. I'm open to it. I just don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. It's 110 in Toronto. You got to be kidding me. Oh no, Lisa, it didn't work, huh? Huh. It is a little. It's a little bit. It can be a little tricky doing the pizza on the stove. It took me a couple of tries to get it when I first did it. Although I was using homemade pizza dough the first several times, And I think it is easier if you're using store-bought dough. The co-op here, North, what is it? North something. Why can't I remember the name of it? I spend a fortune in there. Uh, they have really good pizza dough there. Oh, good. You didn't block him. All right. Oh, it doesn't work in live chat. Okay. Maybe that's changed. Anyway, you should still go sub up north of 60 at some point. Hey, Williams Travel, how's it going? Oh, thank you, Patricia. I appreciate that. Yeah, Darlene, Reading's another one of those hot areas. That's why I stay due west. It's a little cooler, just a bit to the west. Oh, thank you, Eunice. No, I never eat cookies. Right, right. Well, thanks, P. Diddy. You know, the thing is, I'm technically a professional YouTuber, and so that means different things. Even though I don't technically have a lot of real camera gear, because I use my phone as my camera, but yeah, it adds another wrinkle to that. Oh, oh yeah, I do have a passport, so that there's no problem there. Yeah, okay, the electric stovetop might make it a bit tougher. And Dave 2D has entered the chat. I've got ice cream too, but I'm gonna leave mine in the freezer for now. Thanks for stopping in, Dave. Hope you're doing well. You need to stay in touch, dude. Dave's been a good friend over the years. You gotta sub to Dave's channel too, because things are gonna happen, I think, at some point. We need to keep an eye on Dave. Hey Malmac, how's it going? You are a legend though, Dave. Oh, you made the pizza too. Awesome, Lee. Very nice. Now the chat's just getting way too quick for me to keep up with. I'm a pretend professional YouTuber though. That's the thing. Chrome is a professional YouTuber. I'm just a pretend one. Oh, Poker Gypsy. Yeah, that's just a thing with smaller channels. If you've ever skipped a video when it first came up on your feed, then the notification thing decides, oh, you don't really care about that videos from that channel anymore. That's why I was trying to do videos on every Monday, and I was trying to do Thursday too, although I've been busy. There will be more about that soon, but I've been busy, so the Thursday videos have been a little hard for me to keep up with. But I'm trying to keep to the Monday videos just so that people know that that's the time I put a video up, and then hopefully the notifications will come back for you if you do click on them on the day that they show up on your feed, if that makes sense. You know, the algorithm is constantly working. You know, there's no people there. It's a machine that, you know, it's a computer that's just constantly working and looking at behavior, and so it changes constantly based on the behavior that it's seeing. And it's not a knock against you for not watching a video when it shows up. I'm not, you know, I'm not saying that. It's just, I think for so long I was putting videos up just on random days that I was really hurting myself, and it caused that problem where a lot of you just don't get notifications anymore. So, yeah, that's just the way that goes. Hey, Linda. Oh, Malmac, thank you so much. I've got a good coffee fund going today, so thank you. I've actually been drinking some really good coffee because there's a ton of it, and then I made one bad mistake with coffee, and I still have most of that bag. So I've got some not so great coffee at the moment, but I've got some really good stuff too right now. The editing part is a fun thing to learn, Eunice. And depending on the software that you pick, you will be able to find a lot of tutorial videos on YouTube on that. I use what do I use? Hey, Glenda, thank you so much. I use a app called LumaFusion, and it works on both Android and Mac, although I use it on an iPad because I find it easier. But there's a ton of video tutorials for LumaFusion, and it's a fantastic piece of software. You pay one time for it. I think it's about $40, although when I bought it several years ago, I bought it on sale and it was $20, and I've had it ever since. It's just a one-time fee, and then you can just use it. Hopefully they don't change that, but really good piece of software. And it's not too difficult to learn, especially with all the video tutorials on YouTube. I won't be doing any myself, but there's a ton of them out there. Roller Girl, how's it going? Vegas. Yeah, sure, Bear. I don't mix coffee beans. It just doesn't work. It really doesn't work. The bad ones just overpower the good ones. So I've been drinking a little bit of the one that I don't like. But some days I just don't feel like putting up with it. Like today, this is my second cup of the good stuff I've got here, Humboldt's Finest, because this one's good. So I'll just work on that one mostly. Yeah, see, Nick agrees with me. Some of you agree with me. Josie, how's it going? Nice to see you. Hey, Celine. 87 in Mass, wow. Some of these places, I'm just surprised to see how warm they are. Yes, thank you, Mama Grizzly. You know, LumaFusion is actually from a very small company out of Seattle. And when I bought it, I was working in Seattle, so I was buying the local product. I actually didn't know that at the time. I bought it, and then I found out later that it was a local product there. Oh, Henderson, nice. Okay. Do you ever see Bob running by, Bob and Cody? I think that's his area, isn't it? Ooh, Montmorency Falls. I've always wanted to go there. I've never been to Quebec City. Cool. I'm doing good, Roller Girl. I'm a little tired these days. I'm working on a big project, but I'm doing all right. I'll text you back. I've actually been wondering where you are there, Brewer. I didn't know if you were still out. I didn't want to give details, so I know I try not to use people's names or their location unless they actually put them up on the screen. So if I'm sounding weird as I'm talking, that's why. But yeah, I was just wondering where you were at the moment. I guess I could text you at some point, but yeah, this is my reminder to check up on you. But good to know that you're doing all right. Oh, Glenda, that's Bob is from Cheap RV Living. He does the Rubber Tramp Rendezvous RTR. I've never actually met Bob, but we've been standing about 10 feet away from each other, but he didn't want to meet me, so I didn't meet him. But I did go to his event one time. Yeah, there's here, Melmac, there is some incredible coffee in Northern California. It's just the number of great local roasters here are just fantastic. Oh, Nick, thank you so much. I appreciate that, man. Hey, Shonda. Danny, how's it going? Seattle's best, JR. I thought you were a where's my brain today? My brain is it's because I'm tired. Dutch Brothers girl. Thought you're a Dutch Brothers girl. Then you're drinking Seattle's best. Hmm? Which is it? Hey, Sukesa. You haven't missed anything. I've just been whinging about being tired and buying bad coffee. That's about all you've missed. Hmm. Oh, thanks, Josie. Yeah, Glenda, he's a good resource for new van lifers or just new vehicle dwellers. He's kind of the man for that. He's made quite a name for himself, and he does an event the beginning of January every year in Quartzites, and a lot of people like to get out there. I did go to one RTR. That's actually where I met Brian, Adventure Van Man. Met Dave 2D there. Met Caravan Carolyn there. So I've made some good friends from that. And then I met a bunch of people that are not on YouTube as well. Most of the people I met there are not on YouTube, but those are the big YouTube ones that you might know of. Shimei, how's it going? Nice to see you. I hope you're having a good day off, Shimei. Oh, you help out, Scott. Okay, cool. Nice. I didn't realize they had virtual meetups. That's a good idea. Huh. Oh, thank you, Jesse Lloyd. Oh, I appreciate that, Henry. Yeah, it's always nice to see when people go back and watch the old videos. Not everybody watches the old videos, so it's cool when those of you that do go back and watch them. Some of the old ones are bad, so I don't blame anybody for going back and watching the real old ones. Graham, my whole, what was that? What was that? I actually made up a t-shirt design and then I never actually put it out for sale. Introverts Unite. That kind of competes with the rendezvous meetups, right? Oh, I'm good, Mary. Yeah, I just have a lot going on, too much going on. I try to do as little as possible, but right now I've been getting a lot done. I'd actually like to get back to traveling a little bit, believe it or not. I'm not sure if I'm going to leave Humboldt though, but I'd like to get prepared to be traveling because the weather's changing. So there's some places that I'd like to get to. At in the good weather time. Oh yeah, I like the Arcata Farmers Market, Karen. That was the one I was at Saturday. I just happened to be over there, so I popped in there. Hey Rob, how's it going? You weren't able to finish your bag of coffee, Chippy? That's too bad. Oh yeah, Bob was the Bob was the guy in the movie. He kind of hit the big time there when he got the part in the movie. But yeah, no Nomadland, is that what it was called? I didn't really care for that movie. I actually saw that. I don't usually watch movies, but I actually saw that one. But yeah, that's Bob, the big Santa Claus beard. He's kind of a legend. Oh yeah, DIY Solar is a good channel. There's so much great information on there. Tony, how's it going, man? I'm all right. Oh, that's good to hear, Jefferson Space. Awesome. Yeah, Brian's a great guy. He does some really good videos. He's been busy working, but he should be back to getting to videos again soon. It is a contradiction, Graham. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Would you get one of those, Danny? Yeah, I wouldn't mind if somebody else released that. I've been kind of not wanting to do merch lately. My thoughts about selling merch have kind of changed a little bit. I would like a Introverts Unite T-shirt, but I don't know. I don't know why I'm stuttering all of a sudden. I would like an Introverts Unite T-shirt, but I don't know if I really want to keep on selling T-shirts. I still have my merch site up, but I don't know. I've been actually thinking about just taking it down totally. But I don't know. I have opinions about, just selling stuff. It's kind of like it's along the same lines as I've been telling everybody that I just don't want to do product reviews anymore. Just not interested in doing product reviews. It's kind of the same thing. Hey, Mike, how's it going? Hey, DW7 Southern Cooking, how's it going, man? Oh, this mug. So I got this at a co-op. Um, this is a Clean Canteen mug. You see that? My lighting's a little harsh there. This is a Clean Canteen mug, and you can find them around places. Some Whole Foods carry them, especially when you get closer to San Francisco, because they're a San Francisco-based company or Bay Area-based company. But yeah, not a lot of places sell them. I actually bought this at a co-op here in Humboldt that sells these. It was on sale, surprisingly. I decided I wanted it. I saw it, didn't buy it because I didn't need it, and then wanted it, and then had to wait till I got back here. I'm just bumping everything here. Had to wait till I got back here to Humboldt to buy it, and then it was on sale. I was all happy. But yeah, you can search around for them and find them in places. But this particular style from Clean Canteen is not carried by very many stores. I should have just said that instead of giving you a long-winded explanation. Oh, thank you, Padma. I got a new mic, so hopefully hopefully it takes care of my audio issues. Yeah, this bird's nest, right? Hey, Gloria. Ren, my favorite town. Oh, that'd be a hard. Well, I think I'm on record as it being Ferndale. So maybe I should just say Ferndale. I made I thought a very nice video on Ferndale. I think it's titled something like America's Nicest Town, just because I had to name it something. I like that video. It didn't get very many views, but it's up there. I think it might be like 8 months old now or something. Although I have a few from that area, but I guess I'll say Ferndale. Trinidad is pretty nice too, as a town in Humboldt. There's a lot of really nice towns in Humboldt. I kind of just think of it as Humboldt, and I just like Humboldt. Hey, thanks, Chris. I don't really talk about work here. That goes on Patreon and YouTube memberships. It's not to try to get you to go on there. It's just there's a reason that I don't talk about it. I did get into it. I did say very specifically in a video where I talked about my old 9 to 5 job, the one I worked at in a suburb of Tacoma. I was very specific about why I don't talk about it. But yeah, I mean, I stay fairly busy in certain areas. Where I'm at right now, there's not a whole lot of work though, so that's the one bad thing about Humboldt is there's not a lot for me to do here. So it may force me out of here at some point, but you know, Humboldt's still fantastic. Neyland, you know, Lisa, somebody was talking about Neyland the other day. I don't remember where I was, but isn't that up I forget is that, no, I forget the highway, but it's up a mountain road, right? Having some transmission trouble. I guess we can call it major transmission trouble, and so hills are kind of a problem right now. So I'm not sure I really want to go out there, but I'm just not sure I can make it. I'm sure I can make it back if I roll down the hill, but I'm not so sure I can make it up it, to be honest. It's things are pretty bad with the van. Anyway, enough of that. I don't want to talk about that anymore. Do you have one like this? That's cool. Yeah. I really like this mug. Like I said a minute ago, when I saw it, I really liked it, and I didn't need it, and so I didn't buy it the first time. And then I finally went back and bought it, and it's been my main mug that I use every day now. Just such a fantastic mug. Hey, Terry. I'm doing all right. Thanks. Oh yeah, it's an awesome place, Graham. Cool, yeah. They they really are quite used to people just rolling in, and I mean, all of Humboldt really needs tourism, but Ferndale's pretty lax about people just doing whatever there. It's a cool place. Oh, thank you, Ravi. I'm trying to do videos every Monday, maybe Thursday too, but every Monday, and I usually aim for about 4:30. I came on a little earlier here tonight, but yeah, that's kind of my aim, is every Monday about 4:30, just so you don't have to wonder what's going on. Oh, thank you, JR. I just see you asked the question about membership, and then you're already a member. Thank you very much. Well, Robert, the best way to support me is just to watch my videos. That's a huge thing for me. If you want to be extra fantastic, you can watch my videos like as soon as I put them up, and watch them all the way through. I'm not supposed to say this, but if you watch all the ads in their entirety, that helps me the best, but I'm not supposed to say that. Also, if you share my videos with somebody that might like to watch them, that helps too. So there's a lot of ways you can help without being a member. Yeah, I may give it a go, Lisa. The weather will have to be cooler because I have engine trouble too. So the engine won't make it if it's a warm day out. So that's what I was saying. I'm trying to get ready for travel. Once the weather gets a little bit cooler, then I can, try to see how far I can go into places. There's a whole lot of Northern California that I have been wanting to see for the last 30 some years. So I'm hoping to, get a few of those places knocked out. Thanks, Lornaz. I'm saving. I'm trying to watch my budget, and I'm saving. The next vehicle that I probably kind of would like is not quite yet in my grasp, so I've got a little more saving to do. But I've been saving pretty good this year. Last year was tough, but this year I've been pretty good. So we'll see how things go. But yeah, I don't need a transmission fluid change. That's not what I need. I need a totally new transmission, and I need a new engine. But the engine is possible that I might be able to get that replaced under warranty. The recall warranty is still active and open. The dealership in San Diego said you're not getting a new engine. That's final. The dealership in Humboldt here said doesn't matter if you if you went through the recall process and you got denied one time already, you can do it. You can keep doing it. The recall's still open, and we'll gladly help you. This is why I like Humboldt. People are nice up here. So I don't know why that dealership in San Diego was telling me that, but the dealership here in Humboldt's been really cool. So that's a possibility. But yeah, I mean, engine's probably going to give out before the transmission, but we'll see about that. Yeah, I said I wasn't going to talk about that anymore. I don't know why I'm talking about that anymore. If you want to know just how bad these ProMaster cities are, just do a little Google search. I'll just say that. Mine has been one of the better versions of ProMaster City vans out there. I've heard from dozens and dozens of people that have just not been happy about purchasing them. In fact, I've heard from about maybe 3 or 4 dozen people that have gotten rid of them already and gotten something else. So mine's actually been really good. It's actually been a really good van so far. You went up in the snow one year? I don't want to go. I don't want to be in the snow. I don't like the snow so much. Yeah, I know Crum made it quite a ways on his transmission. It's kind of crazy. And the funny thing was he knew what to do. The guys told him, if it starts acting up, stop, turn it off and let it cool down. And he was like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm just going to keep going. And look, and he made it almost all the way there. That's like, it was such a cool, that was fun to watch actually. It made good videos. I'm not sure what some of the chat is about. Well, thank you, Jeannie. I appreciate that. Oneida County. I think I'm going to stay away from Oneida County. I don't really even know where that is, actually. Monty Python. My favorite color? That seems to change with my mood. I kind of like green. I kind of like blue. They say black is not a color, but if it is, I like black a lot. One of those, I guess. Depends on my mood, I think. I'm not really tied to any one color. Oh yeah, I don't want a bigger van. Minivans are perfect. There's actually a, I think I'll stay away from the Freestar, to be honest, but no offense. Minivans are perfect. There's a guy on YouTube called Travelin' Troy. I don't know if you know him. I think he's been living out of a minivan of sorts, Astrovan. And he's now switching into a pickup truck, which is pretty cool, I think. He's been doing some really interesting stuff because I've actually thought about a pickup truck, although I don't think a pickup truck is the right thing for me. But his setup is really cool. Traveling Troy, if you want to check out his recent stuff. So he went from an Astrovan, which I think is a midi van, not a minivan, but a midi van, you know, because it's kind of in between. And he's now got a Ford pickup truck, full-size pickup truck. Really cool build he's doing. Diesel therapy, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Did you have the day off today? That's why we like Crumb so much, because he is cuckoo. That's what makes him great. And you know that's not an act, right? Because I've camped out with him a few times. Like, that's what you see on his videos is what he is in real life. He's crazy, and in a good way. Or you're watching on Thursdays, Chippy? That's cool. I'm going to try to get back to Monday, Thursday. It's just been... It is coffee, yes. It's just I've been so busy. Too busy. I have no idea what my next van would be. You know, ideally, this van would be the van I have for the next 10 years, but I don't know if it's going to cooperate. That would be ideal for me, to get another 10 years, at least another 5 years out of this, or 8 years out of this van. That would be ideal, but who knows? So that's what I'm hoping for, but you always have to kind of just keep an eye on what's out there, because you never know what's going to happen, you know. Somebody could run a red light and there goes my van, you know. It has nothing to do with the other stuff going on with it. So, you know, you always have to keep your eye on options, but yeah, I don't know exactly. Hey, Carol Denise, how's it going? Have you been to Finnish hot tubs in Arcata, Jason? I've been to Cafe Mocha, but I haven't actually been to the hot tubs. I want to like Cafe Mocha just because it's so cool. And it's if you don't know what Jason and I are talking about, it's a Finnish sauna that you can rent by the half hour or hour, I believe. And then they have kind of two businesses set up. So when you first walk in, they have a little coffee shop, and I wouldn't have known what he was talking about, except I went, you know, I try to check out coffee shops around, and that was way back when I was driving south was that last year I was driving south, I think? I had found it, and I went in. They make a strong cup of coffee. They do not do light roasts there. So I really liked it, but their coffee's a little over roasted for me. But really good place. Really, really good place. I do like Toyotas. Toyota makes a great van. Oh, thanks, Kate. Yeah, I wishing you well too. You know, it's vehicles. Vehicles are just, you know, especially nowadays, they're not really built to last. Hey, Moonbuggy, how's it going? Oh, you actually have a high ace. I did notice it on your little avatar. I was wondering if that was actually your van. That's cool. I like those. You see those around sometimes. I think there's an importer in Seattle for high aces, because you see a lot of them around Seattle. Or maybe they just, people in Seattle just like them. I don't know which it is. Oh, I keep talking about, thank you, Pelzer. I keep talking about Chrome. Yeah, Van City Van Life. He has such a big channel. Usually people know who he is. Although we had somebody that didn't know who was, and I've forgotten your name. I'm sorry already. My brain is not good. Yeah, like Bob. I mentioned Bob, like from, why can't I remember anything? From Cheap RV Living. Yeah, usually people know who he is. It's funny, I didn't know who Bob was at first. When I was doing all the research on YouTube, I kind of saw Van City or Cheap RV Living come up as suggested, but I didn't really click on any of those videos at first. So I didn't know about him really until later, until my van was about built. And then I found his channel and started watching, and then found out about his Rubber Trap Rendezvous event in Quartzsite, which wasn't very far from where I was living at the time. Well, I mean, it was a several-hour drive, but, it wasn't that far from where I was living at the time, because I was in Southern California. So, to get to Southern Arizona from Southern California is not that far. So I did go there once and attend. Yeah, maybe I'll try that sauna place at some point. I didn't find a whole lot of information on I looked on their website about it when I went into Cafe Mocha, and then realized, oh, there's something else going on here. I think they actually asked me, are you here for the sauna? I was like, no. Kind of confused. Here for a cup of coffee. So then I sat there with my coffee and checked it out. But I was thinking it was a hot tub place more than a sauna place. But yeah, I guess I need to do a little more research on it. I'll look into it a little bit more. Oh, live music too in there. Interesting. Huh. Yeah, you either, Lisa? Yeah, I don't like the hot tubs really. If they were natural, spring fed, I'd do a hot tub, but I'm not crazy about hot tubs. But when wintertime rolls around, yeah, definitely give me a sauna for an hour or more. It's a nice way to warm up. Plus, that kind of place is good for van dwellers, because they usually have showers there, so you could warm up, then take a shower. Oh, Toyota Dolphins. You don't see a whole lot of those anymore. Yeah, I wouldn't want a 4x4 either. Oh, Topo, you got a Sienna. Yeah, those are great. I don't know a whole lot about those, but I've looked at those a little bit. They seem like a good van, really. I mean, everything Toyota is good. Oh, good night, Mama Grizzly. Thanks for stopping in. I'm probably a little slow on the chat here. I'm taking my cues from our moderator, Barbara, who I think is doing a fantastic job. Thank you, Barbara. Otherwise, I'd be overwhelmed, honestly. Would you like to be at Burning Man this year, Mondo? I don't follow the news too much, but I heard that they're kind of under lockdown or something. Is there like a river blocking them in or something now? Or maybe it's not. I don't know anymore, but I heard there's at least a lot of mud going on. Oh, Van Glow, I thought they were all private tubs. Are we still talking about? Yeah. I thought they were all private tubs there. Besides, I'm old, so I don't really care anymore. Yeah, I don't really have any desire to go to Burning Man either. JR, Oh, have you been there, Edward? Yeah, Or are you just talking about hot tubs in general? That's probably what you're saying. All hot tubs in general are just stinky. So they have to put a lot of chlorine in them because they're hot, so it burns the chlorine out. Hey Leslie, I'm good. How are you? Scott, did we meet last year on my trip through Oregon? My memory has just been so bad that maybe we did meet at one point. You had that nice dog. Mr. Marv, I try to stay in cooler areas. If it gets too warm, I just drive to another place. I was in the Seattle area and it was too warm, so I drove down to Humboldt well, I drove first to another county north of Humboldt, but it was cool down here, so I stayed here. And it's been cool, so I've been here. It just doesn't get hot. I've got 3 blankets on my bed. I've had that for the last 2 months being here. Have I been here 2 months? I don't know. For as long as I've been here anyway. People are trying to talk you out of buying a van, Chippy. You know, a lot of my friends told me that I couldn't do van life, and if I could, I couldn't do it in this van. It was too small. And that was 7.5 years ago. I bought this van 8 years ago today, in fact. So it was exactly 7.5 years, well, just about exactly 7.5 years ago now. Who's asking to be a moderator? I'm not keeping up with the chat so well. Well, you got a Highlander, DW. Yeah, those are awesome. I don't think I would want one, but I like those. Hey, Jerry, how's it going, man? Hope you're doing all right. Actually, I've been meaning to, well, I was going to text you, Jerry, but I don't think you do text, but you wanted an update on the charger. So I was thinking I should text you, and then I thought, I don't know if you do text. And then I haven't, whenever I think to call somebody, it's usually 3 in the morning. So I realize I'm not going to call. But yeah, this thing, just to give you the short answer on this thing, I really like this. I really like it a lot. A friend of mine who has a blog called Rolling Steel Tent. Hopefully I'm not giving up any information he doesn't want out, but he put one in his van. He's liking it so far too. So good little unit, I think. Maybe I'll actually get in touch with you one of these days. I never call anybody. It's an introvert problem. Yeah, I don't want to go to Burning Man. Hey, Govinda. Decaf coffee. Okay, Leslie. I hope you're enjoying that. I would, Govinda, I would stay away from all Chrysler products. I mean, I was just saying this van's actually been a really good vehicle for me up until now. So, 8 years, it's been really reliable, but, I wouldn't recommend them. Toyotas, Hondas, are legendary because they're made well. So I don't know. I like a cargo van without any windows, and Toyota doesn't make one here in the States. So I don't know why that is, but Oh, JR wants to be a mod. I'll mod you, JR. Let's see. Did it work? Did I do it? I think you should be modded up now, JR. Yeah, Margot, I spend most of my day outside. So, like, whenever I hear that the van is too small, I think like, I'm like, I usually walk 2, 3 miles at least. On a day I'm not walking much, I walk 2 or 3 miles. So whenever somebody says, oh, the van's too small, I think like, it's like 2 or 3 miles around, right? But yeah, I don't know. I think if you want to do it part-time, I think a minivan makes a lot of sense because you're not investing a whole lot of money in something. That's my thought on it anyway. BC. Wow. Okay. Have a good trip. Hopefully the fires are calming down up there. I've seen some stuff going on. But yeah, hope you got a good trip going on. And my memory's really not so good, actually, but but thanks for the vote of confidence there. Yeah, somebody's not going to like to hear me say this, but Nissans are not so great anymore, unfortunately. I wouldn't recommend them. I know Scotty Kilmer doesn't, but not that I really watch him all that much. I've tried Clutch. Yeah, I like Clutch. I'm debating whether to try to pronounce your name. Is it Sunil? I've probably butchered that. I'm sorry. I do like Clutch. I've had very little of their coffee though, but I know they're really highly regarded. I haven't had any in a long time. Yeah, Anthony, it's such a personal decision about the van that you want. Most people think that a spanner is a wrench if you don't know the lingo. Um, yeah, Anthony, most people want a bigger van, which is why they want a Sprinter or something. But I think it's just a personal thing. I have a buddy, he's 6'4", I think, and he lives out of a Honda Element, which doesn't make any sense to me, but he does it, and he loves it. He absolutely loves it. I just can't understand how he fits because I'm not even anywhere near 6'4", and I wouldn't fit in that at all. Oh, good. I took a stab at that. Thank you, Sunil. I'm famous for mispronouncing people's names. In fact, I was talking to somebody at the farmer's market the other day, and I was saying the first time I drove through Humboldt and I made a video, and I didn't talk to anybody about it. You were who I met, ESP, about me bashing Nissan. Sorry, I'm sorry. There's a reason I don't like Nissans because of an old job I had, but that's another story. Yeah, I had made a video or two about going through here that was when I first quit my job in Seattle and was heading down to Southern California. And I was talking about driving on this little Matole road out to the Lost Coast. Well, They pronounce it Matol, not Matole. And I think I said Arcada instead of the correct pronunciation, Arcada. And there was one lady that she wrote this big long thing. She said, she was like, ha, 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 you sound so stupid mispronouncing all those words. And I'm like, mispronouncing what words? Because at the time that I read that comment, I had no idea what words I was mispronouncing. That was back in 2020. I didn't talk to anybody. I wasn't talking to anybody. I was just staying in my van and driving, trying to get back home, quotation marks home. It's funny, It's like there wasn't anybody around to ask, Anyway, it was kind of a funny comment. Hello, Sally. I need to look up some clutch. I think maybe I tried it. I don't think I bought any, but I think I tried it at Seattle Coffee Gear. You can go and get 3 little samples of anything that they have up on offer. They usually have several dozen up to pick, and you can just pick out a few. I think that's when I tried it. If I get back there again, my next trip back to Seattle, I'll try it again. I don't know where I'd get it around here because it's not local. I normally try to drink local coffee, Well, Anon 8219, I'm nice to have you here, and I'm happy to hear you're enjoying the decadence of putting the heavy cream in your coffee. I actually bought some 40% heavy cream, so it's got even more cream than normal heavy cream, and it's extra tasty. Although I have to wash my mug a little bit more. I've got to really get in and wash it out a little bit more because it's pretty fatty. But it's a nice problem to have. And here's the last couple of sips of my coffee. A Nissan Kicks. I don't know what that is. Thank you, Rosie. Happy Labor Day to you. Somebody lives in a Camaro, really? Wow. I met a family, husband and wife, when I was in San Diego. They had 2 kids, and they were living out of a Toyota Tercel. Crazy. They both had full-time jobs. So I just happened to meet them when they were both together, but one of them was we chatted a little bit, and then one of them headed off to work. But crazy. I just can't imagine. I just can't imagine doing that. Windows can be installed? I don't want any windows. A Jeep Patriot has a lot of parts that are the same as my ProMaster City. They share a lot of parts. Are Oregonians they just like to correct people? Is that what that is? I don't usually talk to a lot of people in Oregon. People are usually frosty to me whenever I'm in Oregon. I don't stay there too long anymore. I used to really like Portland because it was a nice, it was a little far when I leave Tacoma, like on a Friday night, I could get down to Portland after work. It's a little far, but I could do it, and then leave Sunday evening and get back to work. So it was a cool place to go on the weekend for me. But I'm not going to Portland again anytime soon. I don't really have room for a solar oven, Michael. Um, and I'd have to learn how to cook on it, so I don't know. But it would be kind of difficult for me. Hey, Maxwell, how's it going? Yeah, can you imagine, Chippy? Both parents worked full-time jobs and had two kids in a Tercel, of all things. They're not the only ones that I've met that had kids and lived in a vehicle, but like that was the smallest vehicle of the people that I had met that were raising kids in a car. And I'd meet people that had full-size vans or RVs all the time. There's a lot of those, and they just had regular jobs, but they lived in a car or an RV or a van or something. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Yeah. It breaks your heart, doesn't it, Barbara? I mean, there's not, it's like I can't help anybody. I'm kind of just barely getting by myself. And they come out with their hands out asking for help, and it's like, look, I'm living in a vehicle too, you know. I did when I was in Mendocino last time, a guy came up and asked me for money, and I said, I don't have any cash on me. I don't ever carry cash. But I had just come out of the grocery store. So I said, I'm making hamburgers right now. I just bought beef and sourdough bread. And I was like, I'm making a hamburger right now. I'll make you a hamburger. And he looked at me and said, no, I don't want any food. I want money. I just want money, man. I was like, I can't help you. I don't carry cash. So he just wandered off. Kind of weird. Oh, thanks, Magnolia. You saw your old Tercel around town? That's kind of cool, actually. See your old car around. Every car I've gotten rid of, I've never seen again after I got rid of it. It just disappears off the face of the earth. Of course, most of my cars are clunkers. They probably went straight to the wrecking yard. Yeah, a Jeep is tight too. Two-door Jeep. Wow, that's something. Oh, I didn't see your mispronunciation, ESP. I think I was looking at something else. I'm not sure what you were. I'm not sure what you're saying there. I think I'm. I think my iPad's a little off from the chat because I'm reading two different devices. The chat doesn't stay up on my phone, so I have to put my iPad up, and I think it's a little behind. So I'm probably reading things a little bit behind. If somebody was being rude, let me know who they were, and I will kick them out. Yeah, I don't. Newport wasn't friendly to me, but who knows, you know. I think it was the person that I talked to, and I think they just didn't like me for whatever reason. So, but you know, I'm not going to stop talking to people, you know, in the neighborhoods I park near. Usually people like that, but I guess in that case, they didn't like it. We all have different experiences, you know. Hey, Glenna. Oh, you're from SoCal. All right. Oh, I didn't even think about a car seat in a Tercel. That wouldn't be fun, is it? Thank you, Barbara, but somehow I missed something, so I think I it's hard when the chat moves quickly because you know it, and especially because I'm reading it off of time. Oh, yeah, she was being rude, but I don't know. I mean, she she probably thought she was being funny. That was the way I took it at the time when I was reading it. Although I did I did read it again like a week later, and I was thinking like, was she trying to be funny or like I don't know. I don't know. But when I originally had read it, you know, like the next day or whatever the day that she put it up, um, I just thought she was, you know, trying to be funny. And, you know, I mean, I just remember thinking like it's 2020. Nobody's talking to anybody, right? We all know what happened in 2020. We all know nobody was talking to each other. I actually drove out to the Lost Coast and hardly saw anybody. It was really awesome out there. That's another place I'd like to go, but I'm not sure if the van will make it. I was talking to some locals in Ferndale. I guess that was last month I was talking to them, and I was asking them about the road, the Matoll Road from Ferndale that takes you into Lost Coast. And the young lady said, is your vehicle four-wheel drive? And I said, no. And she said, probably wouldn't be a good idea to drive that road for you. And she said, I have a four-wheel drive, and you know, I made it a couple weeks ago. You know, the road's fine with a four-wheel drive. So that kind of made me stop and think, maybe I should just put that off for a bit. And if you don't know, the Lost Coast is this really just crazy remote area that there's hardly anything out there. There people live out there, and there's some little towns sort of, but it's just incredibly remote out there. There's no cell service. As soon as you get a little bit outside of Ferndale on your way out there, or if you're getting to it from the other direction, it's just a tiny little road, and it's so hilly and mountainous that you lose all cell service. Actually, that young lady did bring up the point. She's like, you know, there's no cell service out there, but she said, you know, there's a lot of ranchers that'll be happy to help you. They're just super nice people. So, you know, if you do break down, you know, you just walk out to a ranch and they'll be happy to help you. Which is cool of her to say. I always like it when people bring the conversation back to something positive. So that was kind of cool. After she told me, you know, no, I wouldn't drive out there in your two-wheel drive vehicle. That road is deadly. It's not that bad, is it? I mean, I've driven it once or twice. Have I driven it twice? No, I guess I've just driven it once. It wasn't, yeah, you can get there from Shelter Cove. That's, so if you're in Humboldt, you'd have to get down to the southern side of Humboldt, and I'm up in Eureka. So, you know, it'd be a little bit of a drive where Ferndale is right near Eureka. So that's why I was in Ferndale the other day, because I was, you know, in Eureka. So I can get out to Ferndale. But there's another little place that you can get out to in the Lost Coast that you don't have to, you know, drive all the way out there. Shelter Cove's cool too, but I think that's a longer drive altogether. I'm not sure. I've never actually driven that way. But I also think that road's probably better than the Mattole Road. But I'm not sure. Yeah, yeah, Mattole Road starts at the edge of Ferndale, and you'll see signs that'll say no RVs, and they kind of warn you that it's going to be a rough ride, and and even after reading those signs, it's like it's amazingly bad, that road, in some spots. Yeah, you know, there's just not a lot of people out there, Graham. So it's you know, and everybody that drives out there usually has a truck. You know, there's a lot of farms out there, and they farms of all sorts, and they normally have big trucks. So I did see a few cars go down that road the day I went down, but it's tough. You know, you got to slow down if you're in a car and don't have good clearance. Well, with a nose as big as mine, Edward, you definitely see right up it if I didn't put the camera up here. Oh, hey, Rosie. Thanks for stopping in. Did you chicken out, Van Glow? Yeah, it's a rough road. I you know, I totally understand chickening out. Bex towed her. Holy crap! Wow. I can't. Well, she goes all over places that I just don't understand. But that's a crazy one to me. Wow, towing a trailer out there. That's crazy, huh? Mr. Marv, my family's good with me living this way. They get to watch my YouTube videos same as everybody else, so they get to see all the pretty places I go. So they seem to be okay with it. The Tree of Life. The Tree of Life is a plum tree, JR? No, I don't have a drone, Eunice. I hope to never have a drone. I'm not crazy about them. Okay, yeah, Garberville, right. Yeah, I know there's a few ways in there, Karen. I've only I've only really just been uh, from Ferndale down to that first. I think there's like two black sand beaches. They have the same name, and people get them confused. Um, I drove there, and then I drove up to Petrolia, and then I drove back to Ferndale. I didn't feel like I should go any farther or the other way, because I knew the road that I took in from Ferndale, so I just decided it would be the smarter way to go back. So that's the only way I've gone. Ron Sees America, how's it going? You've only been out there once, Lisa? Okay. Huh. I mean, it's a drive, you know. It's always I think it's 40 minutes from Ferndale, right, to Petrolia, or maybe it's even a little bit more than 40 minutes. So it's, you know, it's a drive. Although it always takes me considerably longer anywhere I go. You know, always add on a third more time because I drive pretty slow. Well, I'm glad you got some help there, Barbara. Thank you for offering to moderate there, JR. I appreciate it. I think I'm missing extra stuff today, so it's nice to have both of you on top of stuff. All right, Annette, nice to see you, and have a good night. Stay cool. Hey, Charlene. Yeah, I bought a couple cookies at the at the health food store the other day, so I've had some cookies lately. I've not been eating a lot of cookies. I did buy some ice cream today too, so I'm not devoid of sugar. But I'll definitely be getting into the ice cream later this evening. Well, you went all the way out there for abalone picking, all the way to Lost Coast. Huh, interesting. There's got to be closer places than that, isn't there? Of course, there's probably fewer people out there, isn't it? It probably would be the place to go. I liked being out there because I hardly saw anybody. I think the most people I saw were either the phone company or the power company had a bunch of vehicles that kept going by all day. That was about it. Hardly saw anybody else. I really like the Lost Coast. I wish I could get out there a little bit more. Hmm. Hey, devoted to Yeshua, how's it going? I I really like buying like almonds and stuff at Trader Joe's, but I think the closest Trader Joe's is about 4 hours away from me right now. I was just thinking about that yesterday or the day before. I was thinking, how close is the closest Trader Joe's? And yep, it's 4 hours away. Crazy. There's a lot of things that aren't here in Humboldt that I'm used to. We have one Target, one Walmart, the worst Walmart I've ever been to. Every time I go in there, I can never find what I need. Target's pretty good, actually, but the Walmart, not so much. I don't really like Walmart anyway. There's no Home Depot, there's no Lowe's in all of Humboldt County. It's different being here. You know, Barbara, if you get tired of moderating, just sit back and let it go, okay? Because it is work, I understand. But I do appreciate what you're doing. Because I would not be able to keep up. But I'm not saying that to make you keep working. If you want to take a break, just take a break. And I can even unmoderate you if that will help you take a break. Just let me know. And now that I say that, I got to really watch so so I don't miss a comment. Yeah. I guess Jimmy Buffett just passed away, right? Talking about music. I don't know if you listen to Jimmy Buffett, Jr. I wasn't much of a parrot head, but of course I knew who he was. But that was kind of shocking. Hello, Dave. Well, the van is the van. I was complaining about it a few minutes ago. I don't want to get back into that again. I complained a little too much. Oh, he doesn't dive. Okay. Oh, clams. All right. I see, Lisa. I guess that makes a difference. My old boss, who lived near the Olympics, he would always go out mushroom hunting and clamming whenever the seasons came around. He really liked the clamming. I didn't quite understand that. I guess he liked the mushroom hunting too. But I don't know a whole lot about it except from what little I was talking to him about all that. I'm always a little lost without Target. I kind of like Target, yeah. Ooh, Natural Grocers. Yeah, we don't have any of those around either. That's a great store. I really like that store, but yeah, there's not one of those anywhere nearby either. Yeah, Grocery Outlet, JR. That's a fantastic store. We've got a few of those here in Humboldt. One of them's not so good, but the other two are good. I think there's three here. I'm not crazy about Dollar General though. I've only ever been in one once, and I didn't quite understand what was going on, so I never went back. Hmm. Oh yeah, Crescent City Walmart's actually decent. I have been there. Oh, is that right, Poker Gypsy? Oh, that's too bad. Hmm. Um, Devoted. I listen to music a little bit when I drive. I have an old playlist on iTunes that I made years ago. I think I actually named it Driving because it's all kind of upbeat. Well, most of it's kind of upbeat music. There's actually some Eagles on that, Eunice. Um, and I'll listen to that when I drive, but I don't I don't really listen to a whole lot of music. I I watch a lot of YouTube. Uh, it's kind of my background music, if you will. I'll just put YouTube on if I'm cooking or something, and I'll just either pick a friend's video to watch, or I'll try to watch something else new. I don't like Hollywood stuff, so I don't watch a whole lot of Hollywood stuff. But yeah, I usually watch a lot of YouTube. YouTube's kind of my background noise instead of music. Yeah, I've been in Eureka. I kind of forced myself to hang around Eureka because honestly, I've never liked Eureka. So I decided I'm just going to stay in Eureka, and I've making myself stay in Eureka for about 4 or 5 days, whatever it's been. I actually like Eureka now. It's not the nicest city in Humboldt, but it's really nice. It's The weather's been cool the whole time, so it's a nice place to be. I had to drive inland now, so I'm in a little warmer area, but it's pretty nice. It's usually pretty nice and cool around Eureka, Charlene. Chippy, I don't eat a lot of rice. I'll eat it occasionally, but I don't know. It kind of I like it. I like it, but it seems like sometimes it doesn't do too well with me. So I do try to limit how much rice I eat. Kind of limit how many like mashed potatoes I eat. I'll eat like fried potatoes that I fry in olive oil and butter, but it's anything that's really starchy, I just don't like to do. I used to only eat brown rice, and then it just takes too long to cook. So I don't usually eat a lot of brown rice anymore. So I started eating white rice just because it was faster to cook. So I probably should just go back to buying brown rice, and then I would eat more of it. Hello, Doug. How's it going? Yeah, you don't like Dollar Tree either, Barbara. I don't understand Dollar Tree. It doesn't make any sense. Grocery outlet just opened in Vegas? I thought you already had them there. Huh, interesting. It costs $1 and lasts a month. I bought a thing of laundry detergent a little over a year ago, and I still have it, although I'm almost running out. You've just reminded me I need to buy laundry detergent, but I'm not going to go to Dollar General. I think I'll buy the same one. I've been to Wildberries. I'm not crazy about that store, but yeah, I like it. It's a nice store. It seems like they're a little overpriced on things. I actually like Eureka Natural Foods the best out of all of them, although the Co-op is probably the nicer one, I think. I don't know if you agree with me, Lisa, but I kind of like the Co-op a little bit better than any of them. Aldi's bought Winn-Dixie. I thought Winn-Dixie was a Kroger store. Interesting. I don't think I've ever been to a Winn-Dixie. Are there no more coupons anymore? Interesting. I guess I used to do coupons back in the day, but I haven't really done any in quite a while. Wegmans. I've actually been to a Wegmans, Chippy. That's an amazing store. But I think they're only in upstate New York, aren't they? Or are they all over New York? Hey, Trent. Margot, I don't have any real good suggestions. I think it's really kind of a personal decision, really. Just kind of what you like. I was mentioning a few minutes ago about another YouTube channel called Traveling Troy, who lived out of an Astro van for quite a while. I think he did 8 or 9 years or something. I forget exactly. And now he's moving into a pickup truck. And I think it's kind of an interesting idea, just seeing the differences between his Astro van and the pickup. I think the pickup makes a lot of sense. I don't think I would want a pickup personally, but I think it makes a lot of sense. I like a minivan personally. I just think that they're the best way to go, just for my lifestyle. I want to be outside a lot, and so having a small van kind of suits me really well. So I think there's just a lot that you kind of have to take into consideration, what you want to use the van for. You know, if you're a gamer or somebody that likes to watch a lot of TV, then you'd probably want a bigger van because you might want to have a chair set up so that you can sit in an easy chair and be a little more comfortable that way. Where, you know, my little sofa setup here works fine as a sofa/bed. But if I were sitting around a lot watching videos, this would not cut it. So if you get my drift there, you know, you kind of have to figure out what the best thing for you really is going to be. Some fried potatoes and eggs in a tortilla is about perfect for me, yeah. I'm not crazy about Korean food, honestly. Uncle Ben's on the stovetop, interesting. I don't ever buy Uncle Ben's, but that's interesting to hear that. Oh, we have a Winco here, Glenda, I'm sorry. Yeah, jasmine rice has some flavor, doesn't it? Hey, Armchair, how's it going? Piggly Wiggly. Are there any Piggly Wigglies left around? Yeah, the co-op is pricey. I know. I mean, Eureka Natural Foods is pricey too, but I kind of there's things that Grocery Outlet doesn't have, so I'm happy to have the choice of things. There was something I found at Wildberries that neither the co-op or Eureka Natural Foods had, so it's nice to have the variety. And you know, if I'm in an area like I've shopped at Murphy's too, because you know, if I'm in an area, I don't want to go some other place, you know. Like I think I shopped at Murphy's when I was in Trinidad, because you know, I'm far away from everything, right? So I don't want to drive a long ways to have to go somewhere. Murphy's is kind of expensive too, but it's kind of nice that they're a local store too. That's kind of a big thing with me. Wegmans is only in, yeah, in upstate New York. Okay, that's what I thought. That place is legendary. Oh yeah, I don't do quinoa anymore. When I worked in the restaurant, I had to make, let's see, what was it now? It's been so long. I think I had to make 12 quarts of quinoa in the morning, and then I had to make 12 quarts of quinoa in the afternoon before I clocked out. So yeah, the first thing I did was make quinoa. The second thing I did was make quinoa. And the other prepper, you know, that worked the opposite shift of me, they did the same thing. Some days you'd have to make 24 quarts. You'd make 12 and then immediately make another 12. And I got so sick of looking at quinoa, like I don't want to see quinoa ever again. Kind of why I don't like chickpeas anymore either. And people keep telling me to eat chickpeas, and it's like, I don't want chickpeas anymore. We'd have to cook 12 quarts of chickpeas, unless it was a busier day, then you'd cook 12 quarts and then immediately cook another 12 quarts. And then at the end of your shift, before you clocked out, you'd do the same thing over again. So I don't want to see chickpeas. I don't want to see quinoa anymore. I like basmati too, yeah. Was somebody bad? You two are on it. I've got two great moderators here. Oh, I agree, Van Glow. The co-op has some of the best produce I've ever seen. Hey, good night, Williams Travels. Have a good evening. Hey, Bev is here. How's it going? Devoted to Yeshua, only one place to go visit and just stay for a long time, or go a place I've never been, or a place that I've been to and I'm not sure I understand the question. I think My favorite place anywhere is Mendocino. It's just hard for me to stay there too long. But if you've seen any of my videos on Mendocino, you probably understand why I like it there so much. It's just amazing there. I do really like the whole Western Washington area, so Seattle, I should just call it Seattle, the Olympics and all that. I really like it there. I really like Humboldt. And Arizona, everywhere that I was in Arizona was amazing, and I kind of miss being in Arizona a little bit. Although I'm still not crazy about being in the desert, but yeah, I kind of miss being in Arizona. Hey Sheila, how's it going? Oh, nice, Glenna. As long as it's comfy, right? That's the thing. You make it comfy, you're happy, right? My first bed was really comfy for a long time, and then it wore out. Then the new bed I made, boy, it's even more comfortable than the old bed. Yeah, it was a lot of quinoa. We used a lot of quinoa in the place I worked. A lot of chickpeas too. I mean, we did a lot of rice too. Only brown rice. We only use brown rice. Hey, JJ. Oh, JJ, how's it going, man? I hope you're doing good. I think I told you I swore off going back south again, but you never know. I may make it back down this year, so maybe you'll see me hanging around, but I don't know. But I hope you're doing good, man. It's nice to see you here. What was my life like 20 years ago? I worked 6 or 7 days a week, usually 9 to 16 hour days, and that was all I did. Had no friends, did nothing for fun. It's all I did. Had enough money for one meal a day. That was my life 20 years ago. Don't want to go back there. Anywhere in the world devoted to Yeshua? I don't. That's a hard. That's a hard question to answer for a van lifer, because I just enjoy, kind of like how I like drinking different coffees. I do get tired of places a little bit. Like, as much as I like Mendocino, there's times where I don't want to be there. Like in the dead of winter, I don't want to be in Mendocino. Weather's the same here in Humboldt. It's pretty much exactly alike. So I'd rather be someplace else. Mendocino's really high on my list of places to be of all time. Maybe it'd have to be Mendocino if I have to choose a place, but it's that's a hard thing to do one of. For the longest time, I've been looking to find 5 to 6 areas that I could move around with the weather. That's been my goal for the last couple of years, well, last few years, is 5 or 6 places where I can move around as the weather changes. A lot of my friends, like, Brian Adventure Van Man, he moves all over the country. Like, he goes everywhere. I'm not, that's not for me. I would just like a few places that I could just kind of go back and forth to, and then from time to time get to a new place, check out a new place as I'm traveling or that's close by. That's kind of what I'm about. I like being static more than anything, but I do like to move around a little bit, especially when the weather changes. I have been along the Columbia River a little bit. Oh, I missed Anthony. Good night, Anthony, if you're still here. There's not such a thing as being too healthy. No, there is not. Like, see, I'm drinking this big bottle of water now after my little tiny cup of coffee, right? This is what I do. I actually bought some mineral water right before I started this because sometimes it helps as I'm talking a lot. We do have a Winco here, I think, or is that in the next county up? I forget. But there's a Winco close by somewhere here. I don't really shop at Winco ever. I find grocery outlets my kind of preferred place, and then whatever I can't find at grocery outlet, then I'll go to a co-op or health food store or something like that to fill in the things that I don't have. Well, Barbara, I hope not to have to go back to full-time work, but we'll see. But I appreciate the thought. Hey, a Fortunate Fool. How's it going, man? I hope you made out all right with the nasty weather. I'm not sure where you are, so hopefully you weren't in the storm's path. Well, Margot, I can't really do what I want, but I don't make that much money. But because I prefer to not be moving around much, my preference is to be static more than anything else, which is good for my income because, it takes a lot of money to drive somewhere, gas and wear and tear on a vehicle. So right now things are good, I can still save a little. I should be saving a little bit more, but yeah, money's a little tight, but it's not a problem like it was for years. I have never been overseas. No, I haven't been out of North America. Growers Outlet. I've never heard of Growers Outlet. That may be something that I don't indulge in. Oh, thank you, Sheila. Thanks for watching. Yeah, I use straight vinegar for washing dishes. I do use soap and water from time to time, but most of the time I just use vinegar. It's just so much easier, and it disinfects. It's to me it's the best way to go. Although I do have to use a lot of paper towels, so that's kind of the one downside to that. What number of coffee was it? This was my second cup today, so I'm not hitting the coffee too much today. Karen's here. How's it going, Karen? Yeah, that's right, Magnolia. Coffee does have water in it. Oh, that's right. Winco's right in the middle of Eureka. Yeah, what am I thinking? I actually parked right near there the other night, Lisa. It's not the best neighborhood, but I think I was like 2 blocks away from Winco. I should remember these things. See, I told you my memory's getting bad. CW, I don't shop at Walmart much. We were just talking a few minutes ago about how the Walmart here in Humboldt is the worst Walmart anywhere. They don't have a good coffee selection here. $4.15. Well, have a good night, Melmac. Thank you so much. Always nice to see you when you drop in. I don't like the idea of a permanent home base. You know, Bob's had a permanent home base for years, and that's the way he likes it. But I'm not real crazy about it. Hey Sharon, how's it going? Hey Carolyn. Oh yeah, I think I saw you there, Carolyn, on Crumb's live chat. I usually don't get in those. I watch once in a while, but that was kind of cool to get to chat with him a little bit. Of course, I could call him or text him. I never do, though. Steph, I just use the regular cheap vinegar. I almost always buy it at grocery outlet, so it just comes in a little half gallon usually. It's just regular vinegar, white vinegar. And then I found a spray bottle that I like. I've shown this on a video in the past, but it kind of fits the space that I have for it. So that's what I use it in. Although the vinegar is starting to break up the seal, so I am going to need to get a new spray bottle at some point. But yeah, that's it. Just regular white vinegar. It works really good. Oh, Bob's had property, Dave, for years. He's had a spot of property for years. Way back. What, I've been in my van for 7.5 years, so he's had property for at least 7.5 years. Yeah. He likes to have a place where he can, put the trailer, because he's got that trailer he tows around. I parked near Winco, Sean. I did it 2 nights in a row. I was maybe 2 blocks away, but yeah. Nobody bothered me. It's not the nicest area, but I forced myself to stay in Eureka, and so that's just where I ended up parking. It's not that bad. I mean, it's nicer than my hometown. I wouldn't park in my hometown overnight, I'd tell you that much. But Eureka is not that bad. Hey, Patty. I hope you're not too hot down there in the desert. I was just checking temperatures this morning for friends down in the desert, and I'm just shaking my head thinking, oh, it's still deep in summertime. I feel bad for you. You practice driving in the Winco parking lot? That's a good place to practice parking or driving. I think I used to go do it at the high school or something way back when. JG's the one to listen to because he's a mechanic of sorts. Is that right? We can call you a mechanic, right? Although I don't personally agree with Chrysler products, I don't really want another one. But I do trust JG's opinion on mechanical things. Well, I don't have any windows, Van Glow, so no problem. Do you know Eureka, JR? It's yeah, it's not the nicest of towns. But like I said, it's nicer than my hometown. Hey, a van called Spirit, have a nice night. Thanks for popping in. Is Winco open 24 hours still? I know they all used to be. I didn't know they still were. Night, Bernie. Have a nice night. Thank you. Oh, 29 Palms. Yeah, that's hot. That's hot, Patty. I do have fond memories of going to Joshua Tree, but other than that, I'm not a big fan of that area. No offense. I'm just, I'm kind of deserted it out anymore these days. Oh yeah, there's a lot of Costco's out here, Chippy. I don't have a Costco card, but they're all over out here. Yeah, I didn't know that about Winco because I don't ever really shop in there. I've been in one once or twice, and it just didn't really do it for me. Good night, Louise. Have a nice night. How long have we been going? 2.5 hours. Goodness. Barbara and JR, what do you think? Should we, you think we should wrap it up? I'm getting tired, and you've been working, so you must be getting tired too. Yeah, a little late for the party, but that's okay, Patty. Nice of you to drop in. That's true, Graham. Although I don't shop at Whole Foods anymore. I don't even walk in that store anymore. It's unrecognizable to me, so I don't go there anymore. But usually they are nicer neighborhoods. Well, thanks, Barbara. I think I've been a little off today, but thank you. I think we should probably wrap it up. Oh, right. Yeah, it is late on the East Coast, isn't it? That was kind of the intention of starting later in the evening, because usually people watch my stuff later anyway. So I was thinking we should probably do it later. My phone's probably getting low on battery now, so we should probably think about signing off. Thank you to JR and to Barbara for working tonight. I do really appreciate it. I didn't see some of the things that went on, but you were on top of it, so thank you for that. You must have been doing an extra good job because I didn't even see it. So that's exactly what what a moderator is supposed to do, so I do really appreciate that. And to everybody that donated and helped out, I do really appreciate it. And to everybody else, you know, the best way to help me is to just watch a video. So I got about 500 of them. So if I'm not putting videos out, I know I've been a little lax on videos here recently. You know, you can go back and watch one of my older videos. That would really help out. Or you can just wait for the new ones to come up. So I'm trying to stick to Monday as it always see me on Monday of some sorts. So and maybe we'll do Thursday too. I think that's about it for housekeeping. Nice to see a lot of you. I had some family in the chat here. I had some friends in the chat, and as always, all of you are always so nice to see all of you, especially seeing a lot of you over the years, over and over again. It's very nice. So thank you, everybody. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Good night, everybody.